Hey there everyone, this is Sunanda and welcome to my channel. In today's class we will study the sound of music. This is chapter 2 from Beehive textbook for CBSE class 9. So let's begin. We will start with the summary of the chapter. Evelyn Glennie is a multi-percussionist. So in this chapter, the main protagonist of the story is Evelyn Glennie. She is the main character and she is a multi-percussionist. That means she could play numerous numbers of musical instruments. She had attained mastery over 1,000 musical instruments despite being hearing impaired. That means Evelyn Glennie was deaf. She could not hear properly. She was deaf. But in spite of this, she became masters in playing thousands of musical instruments. Okay. She learned music through the body instead of hearing it through ears. So how she learned music? In spite of being deaf, how she learned music? She learned it through her body and not her ears. Okay. When Evelyn was only 11 years old, it was discovered that she had lost her hearing powers due to nerve damage. So Evelyn, when she was just a small 11-year girl, it was discovered that she could not hear properly and the reason behind it was a nerve damage. Okay. Her specialist advised her to wear hearing aids and go to school for deafs. So the doctor whom she was visiting for treatment, he or she advised her that she should use hearing aids from now on so that she could hear and also get herself enrolled in the school for deafs. We all know that deafs and dumbs, they have special school where they are taught in different language. Okay, but on the contrary, Evelyn was determined to lead a normal life and follow her passion in music. But Evelyn had different plans. She was determined that she would not live a life of a deaf. She would live a normal life just like a normal ordinary child of her age, and she will also follow her passion in music. So her love for music was since her childhood and she wanted to take it as her career, and that is why she was determined that she would lead a normal life and also pursue her passion in music. Her potential was noticed by Ron Forbes. So who was the first person who noticed this ability in her? It was Ron Forbes. He realized or he invented the potential in her that she could do something great in music. That was noticed first by Ron Forbes, who himself was a great musician. Okay. He guided Evelyn to feel music rather than to hear it through her ears. So Ron Forbes taught her to use her body. So that is how she learned music. How? By you feeling the music and not by hearing it through her ears. And who told her to do this? Ron Forbes. He guided her to feel music rather than to hear it, because obviously she is deaf, so she cannot hear music. So how will she learn music? In spite of her interest in music, how will she learn it if she can't hear it? She will learn it by feeling it. And who gave her this suggestion? Ron Forbes. Evelyn could sense different sounds through different parts of her body. So after this guidance, she could actually sense different sounds through different parts of her body. So here we got to know about Evelyn Glennie, who was a little girl. When she was a little girl of 11 years old, it was discovered that she has hearing problems, and that is why she was asked to wear hearing aids and go to the school for deafs. But she was so adamant, and her love for music was so strong that she decided she would not do that. She would lead a normal life and pursue her career in music. And over in this journey of her, she was guided by Ron Forbes, who told her or who taught her how to feel music and use her body to learn music and not ears. Okay. Once she overcome this hurdle, she began her career in music. So after she had overcome this hurdle, her hurdle of learning music, which she cannot hear, she had to feel it through her body to learn it. Okay, normal people, we hear music and we learn it, but in her case she cannot hear. So how will she learn? She will learn it through her body, feeling the music by using her body and sensing it. Okay. And who gave her this suggestion? Ron Forbes gave her this suggestion, and she utilized this suggestion and learned music, and she became master of playing different music as well. And after she overcome her problem, okay, what she did, she began her career in music, which was her childhood dream, right? she enrolled herself in Royal Academy of Music. So what she did now? She enrolled herself in Royal Academy of Music, which was situated in London, and scored highest marks in the history of the academy. So not only she got herself enrolled in this school, she also scored highest mark. Just imagine, she was deaf, she could not hear properly. In spite of that, she scored highest, and the marks were so much that it created history in the academy. So just imagine her potential, her determinations. In spite of her drawback, she still was able to build a career or carry on with her interest in music. In 1991, Eveline won Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year. So she also won awards. So not only that she scored highest marks in the academy, but she also won prestigious awards. Okay. Her story has inspired us all and inspired the differently abled people who want to fulfill their dreams like her. So her story of struggle, her story of success has inspired us all, okay. Just imagine a little girl, she realized that she is deaf, she cannot hear anything, but still she became determined that she would lead a normal life and she would pursue her career in music. Just imagine her drawbacks and her struggle she had to go through in order to achieve this success. She had to put in lot of hard work. Learning music using your body needs lot of hard work, lot of patience. She did everything to achieve her goal, and this struggle inspires us all. Okay, we learn from her. Okay, not only us, but also the special children's, those who are differently abled people, they also are inspired by her, and they also dare to dream like her. So because they are differently abled children, they tend to lag behind. They feel they cannot fulfill their dream, but this lady, this Eveline, has inspired them as well to dream and achieve their goal. So she is a true inspiration, not only to us but also to the differently abled people. Okay, so I hope you have understood this chapter. It's a very beautiful chapter regarding Eveline Glennie, who was deaf, but in spite of this, she became master in playing thousands of musical instruments. She was inspired by Ron Forbes to learn music, to feel music with her body and not her ears, and she did it, and later on she became great artist and won many prestigious awards. She is a true inspiration for every one of us. Now let's move on to the question and answers. Question number 1. How old was Eveline when she went to Royal Academy of Music? So what was her age when she went to Royal Academy of Music? Eveline was 17 years old when she went to Royal Academy of Music. So she was 17 when she enrolled herself to Royal Academy of Music. Okay. Question number 2. When was her deafness first noticed? When was it confirmed? So when was it first noticed? Eveline's deafness was first detected or noticed at the age of 8. So first time it was noticed at the age of 8 that she was deaf. When was it confirmed? It was confirmed at the time when she was 11 years old. So the deafness in her was first detected at the age of 8, and this thing was confirmed at the age of 11. So I hope you have understood question number 1 and 2. Now let's move on to question number 3. Who helped her continue with music? What did he do and say? Percussionist Ron Forbes helped Eveline to continue with music. He began by turning 2 large drums to different notes. So what who inspired her? Obviously we all know, after reading the chapter, Ron Forbes. He inspired Eveline to learn music, and how? By using her body, by sensing music, by using her body. And what did he do? He began turning 2 large drums into different notes. So this is how he actually helped Eveline to learn music. What did he do and say? He asked Eveline not to listen to them through ears, but to try and sense the sound. So when he turned 2 large drums into different notes, he asked Eveline to feel that and not to try to hear it by her ears. He told Eveline, sense the sound, feel the sound, don't try to hear it. So this is how he taught Eveline. So I hope you have understood question number 3. Who helped her continue with music? What did he do and say? Percussionist Ron Forbes helped Eveline to continue with music. He began by turning 2 large drums to different notes. He asked Eveline not to listen to them through ears, but to try and sense the sound. Okay. Now let's move on to question number 4. Name the various places and causes for which Eveline performed. So we all know that later on in her life, Eveline became a great musician and she performed in various places and she won many prestigious awards. So here the question has been asked, name the various places and causes of which Eveline performs. Eveline performed solo at regular concerts. So we all know that she performed regularly at solo concerts. She had a hectic international schedule. Obviously, she was a great musician. Obviously, she will have a hectic international schedule. In spite of her busy schedule, she performed in free concerts in prisons and hospitals. So she did a lot of charity. In spite of her busy schedule, her international trips, she also kept time for performing free in concerts which were held in prisons and hospitals. So these were the charities that she used to do. She also had great respect for rising young musicians. So obviously this lady had struggled in her own life to achieve the goal she had reached. Okay, so she knows the struggles that every young and rising musician has to grow through. That is why she had great respect for rising and young musicians. So I hope you have understood question number 4. Name the various places and the causes for which Eveline performs. Eveline performed solo at regular concert. She had a hectic international schedule. In spite of her busy schedule, she performed in free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also had great respect for rising and young musicians. Now let's move on to question number 5. How did Eveline hear music? We all know. After reading the chapter, we all know how Eveline used to hear music. Eveline heard music by sensing the notes in different parts of her body. She used her body to sense the music, and that is how she learned music. She was deaf, so she could not hear it through her ears like us. That is why she used her body on the advice of Ron Forbes to learn different kind of music, and she became masters in playing thousands of different kind of musical instruments. So this was the end of the chapter. So I hope you have understood the chapter as well as the question answers. In case you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section. I will try and solve it. Till then, bye bye. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, subscribe and like my channel.